Bernie Sanders supporter joins us now, founder and executive director of the Accountability Project, and David Wohl is a Trump supporter and attorney. Welcome to you both.
Hi, Martha.
Naomi, let me start with you. What's your reaction?
So listen, I mean, when you have a presidential candidate who is throwing out hatred, he's saying to massive groups of separate movements and groups of people who don't have power that they're not to be respected, they're not to be included in the American democratic process, when he's saying we should build a wall, when he's saying that all Mexicans are rapists and criminals, you're bound to get responses from all different spectrums. These are not professional activists. These aren't professional politicians. These are angry people. And they're also not indicative of the entire movement. I mean, there are thousands of peaceful protesters out there who are outraged that a presidential candidate, somebody who's going to represent our country's interests internationally, who wants to negotiate deals internationally, is throwing out hateful rhetoric to its own people and to people who want to come here for a better life. So sure, these are a small group of people that do not reflect the overall rhetoric of the group of protesters.
David, you're a Trump supporter. I would imagine that you heard some things that you thought were inaccurate in what Nomiki just said. So I'll let you address that, and also this phenomenon that we're seeing on the street. And granted, this is a small group, but it's disturbing, and it taps into something that I think on both sides you have to say, what's going on?
Well, Martha, the reality is any parent who's thinking about exploiting or endangering their child for political gain, as those parents were, think again. It's a felony. It could result in jail time. It could result in your child being picked up by Child Protective Services. It's a disastrously bad idea. Also, Martha, on the political level, I mean, these are presumptively Hillary Clinton voters, supporters, the parents of these children. And
well, one of the kids has a Bernie T-shirt on, and, you know, I mean, obviously they're not supporting Donald Trump. That much we know.
Well, they're going to vote. They're going to vote for the Democrat candidate who's going to be Hillary Clinton. And until she comes out and condemns it completely and unequivocally, then she's going to own this type of behavior, and she's going to pay for it down the road, and it's going to be a cruel summer for Hillary until she really comes out and lets people know this is unacceptable.
Hold on. You know, when you were suggesting, David, that this is abusive to encourage your children, there's one person who appears to be a mom in this group, you were kind of snickering to that, Nomiki, and I don't understand that, because when I look at these kids, I feel sorry. It makes me sad. I mean, who teaches children to stand on the edge of the street and yell the F-bomb at people as they're going by to go to a political rally? I mean, don't you think it's just wrong?
Well, it's not a felony. Let's make it. I was snickering because, David, you're a lawyer. That's not a felony, and that's outrageous to say that.
You know how it's a felony? If someone in one of those cars throws something at one of those kids, the person in the car gets prosecuted, and the parent who endangered the child gets prosecuted.
I've
been doing this for 25 years. Believe me.
I get your point of it.
I don't know if it's a felony, but I can tell you that it's inappropriate, it's unethical, and to set up kids and allow them to yell those kind of words while they're holding posters that say no hate. Are you kidding me?
Sure.
I mean, what kind of message is that?
Absolutely responsible parenting. But let's not get distracted here. There's only one person running for president that has that type of rhetoric, and it is that man right there to the right of the screen, who is Donald Trump. And he has said much worse on a public stage nationally, trying to rile up voters. He has said that he's going to pay for
that it's wrong to come into the country illegally.
I was at this rally on Thursday in Orange County, and I'm going to tell you something right now. My daughter, my 9-year-old daughter, and I couldn't get out of the parking lot because these people who were in guise as protesters were destroying everything in sight. We're saying we hate Donald Trump, so we're going to destroy police cars. We're going to lay across the street. We're not going to let anyone out.
I'm not condoning that, David.
This is the new left.
I'm not condoning that.
Take
responsibility for your candidate. Don't blame it on the left. You know, I'm a Bernie Sanders supporter. We didn't coordinate with these people.
Well, I think Donald Trump saying that.
Hang on a second, David. When Donald Trump says that he's going to pay for the legal bills for those in the audience who will go and attack the protesters, that's the guy who wants to negotiate with Saudi Arabia.
That he does not. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Stop shouting at each other. That he doesn't condone violence at these rallies or outside these rallies. And I think that really both, you know, everyone needs to acknowledge that, because there is a lot of heat around this situation.
Here's the deal, Martha. When we went to the rally on Thursday, the first thing that happened was a very loud recording that was played that said, if you see anyone creating trouble in this crowd of 30,000 people, Do not touch them. Shout out Trump, 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 and security or the Secret Service will come over and take care of them, and they'll be very polite about it.
Now
and
that
it
they've
won't
been
be
caught.
violent.
What
And
about
there
the people
wasn't
punching
any violence.
protesters? What about the white
There was no violence
extremists?
inside the rally at all. None.
gotta go.
So when
One
Donald
bit of
Trump said he was
violence.
going to pay for the legal bills of
I
those...
think you both made your points. Nomiki and David, thank you very much. We're going to talk more about this with our next guest coming up as well. Thank you.